Have you ever wondered what you're actually paying for your investments? A lot of you kind of put it aside, or you trust the advisor that told you what you're paying. But you should actually jump in and look at what you're paying for every single investment fund, whatever you have. So in this video, I'm going to break down, show a couple illustrations here to help walk you through this process. It should take you all of 5 to 10 minutes, but it's going to give you a clear direction on how much you're paying, how your funds are invested, are they diversified, and everything else. There's something called fun facts, and fun facts give the truth and do the full breakdown of what your portfolio is doing. Now, fun facts was released about 5 to 10 years ago, kind of halfway through my current career, and it was a game changer as far as transparency to the investor. We were pushing for it a long time. There's a lot of pushback, obviously, by some investment firms, but we got there. And as an advisor, I want to share this with you so that you can jump into your portfolio and see exactly what you're paying, because it's probably more than you think. So the first step is to go to your statement and look at what funds you have. Now, there may be a name of the fund, or there might be a fund number. So let's say you have I'm just grabbing some random funds here, but the Scotia Select Balanced Growth Fund. So again, you can either search the name or the ticker, which is BNS 341. So you want to go to the fund company's site. So scotiafunds.com. I want to click on this. Now this will open up a screen that says, the type of fund, and I can kind of scroll through here. I can go down. I can kind of see, okay, well, here's the fund name, the Series A, which I'll cover here in a second. Yeah, category, benchmark. It gives us a bit of information, but it's kind of jumbled, and how correct is it? I don't know. You can get the 3, 5, 10-year rate of returns, all of that. Very subpar fund here, it looks like. But what we want to do is actually click on this right here, Fun Facts. Now, before you click on there, you want to make sure you're looking at the right series of funds. Now, a series, there could be anywhere from A to Z. Every fund company names them a little bit differently. So on your statement, it'll say you have fund series A, B, maybe it's a J or D or somewhere in between there. There could be a lot of options. Trust me, I've seen Mackenzie Financial back in the day had like 30 options per fund. So that's where it gets a little bit confusing. Most of you will be a fund A, B, or D. That's the most common. If you're in a fund F, an F series fund, this is really important. If you have an F series fund, that means it's a lower cost fund, but the advisor adds an additional fee on top of it. And we're seeing more of that. So, hey, your fund only costs you 1.2%. Perfect, it's really cheap. But the advisor's also layered 1% on top of that, so you're paying that full 2.2%. So be aware of that. So let's jump back into here. Let's assume you have this Series A. Again, you click on here, there's Series A and Series T for this one. So if we click Series A and click on that Fund Facts, again, every fund company will have something a little bit different. So we're now looking at the Fund Facts. And this has all the information you need to know. So at the very top, again, make sure it's the right name of the fund that you want to be looking at. There's your ticker. So if you thought that, hey, I have the Scotia Select Balanced Growth portfolio, but it's not BNS 341, it's BNS 541, let's say. Well, it's a different series, so be aware of that. You can see when it was launched, how much assets are in there. These bank funds typically have a ton of assets. And then MER. So you might think, well, this fund is costing me 1.99%. Not too bad. But the reality is you need to scroll down to page 3 for most of these fun facts, and you'll get a true cost. So if we go down to the bottom of the page here, you'll see the MER, which is a management expense ratio, is 1.99, but there's also what's called a TER, trading expense ratio, of 0.03. So quite low on this fund, but still you're paying over 2% for this fund. So again, I've seen TERs of 0.2, 0.3%. It can add in a huge additional cost that you don't see on that original MER up top. You can also see the breakdown of the fund. So this fund, 44% fixed income, so safer part of the portfolio, 35% foreign, 20% Canadian. So you can see, I got no US equity in this fund. You can also see the holdings. The top 10 holdings will be in the fund facts. Now this is important because you get a bit of an idea on how the fund is actually invested. So here you can see it owns a Scotia Global Dividend Fund. So it owns a fund within a fund. The Dynamic Total Return Bond Fund, Scotia Global Fund. Well, you can see the theme here. It's a fund of funds, meaning that, it says total number of investments 14, but those 14 investments are other funds. So if you really wanted to break into this one, it would be, a long rabbit hole, because you have to go into each one of these 14 funds and see what's held within those. And the reality is it could be a fund of funds within a fund of funds. So you probably own tens of thousands of different stocks and bonds within this portfolio. But again, you can see the proper breakdown. You can see the risk rating. So if you're a low risk investor and you're in this fund, you might think, maybe this isn't for me after all. It breaks it down as a medium. How has this performed? It gives a 10-year track record, if it has it, or as long as it can. So you can see there. And again, it gives you kind of a best and worst case scenario for returns and when that happened. It also talks about who is this fund for? So you can make sure that the funds you're invested for are actually built for you. So if it says, don't buy this fund if you need a steady source of income from your investments. Well, if you're retired, then this may not be a good investment for you. If you're not retired, it might be. But again, there's many more factors to it. So that's a sample of a fun fact. I want to go through one more with you here because, again, finding these fun facts is a little bit different in each one. Again, typically just put in the fund name if that's on your statement, or the fund number. Again, here, BNS 341, search it, it's typically the top, but you want to go to the fund company website. That's where the fun facts are going to be stored. Let's quickly look at one more. So this is the IG Managed Growth Portfolio. I just Googled it. I don't know the ticker name. If we click into here, you'll see again, some of these fund companies, it's very complicated. Like, which one do I click on? So what you want to do is find fund facts. Again, Series F is going to be a lower cost one. And if I click on there, I'll know almost right away, it's going to open up a PDF and I'm going to see an MER of 1.14, which is, if you're close to 1.5%, it's going to be the advisor series, meaning they're tagging a fee on top of it. So I need to go back here and click on Series A and J DSC. So Series A, again, that's going to be the most common across the board, all fund companies. That will be the most common. So I can see here Fund Series A 291, so maybe that matches your investment on your statement. You can see how much money is in there, 185 million, so not a huge fund. And then you can see the MER 2.69. So IG is known to have some high fees on there, 2.69. But if we scroll down, we can see that that's not the only fee. There's also that TER of 0.09, giving us a total fee of 2.78%. So for every $1,000 invested, you're paying $27.80 in fees. You can also, again, go back and look at how is this fund managed? Equity pool. So you can see, again, this is a fund of funds, not individual stocks. If there was individual stocks in here, those would be listed here as well, and the weighting. Again, this is primarily a pure equity fund, so it gives a breakdown there. So again, you can learn a lot about the funds within this fund facts. It's very important to understand the investments you're in, the fund facts, all of that. Now, if you're someone that's doing more DIY, so say you're at like a Wealthsimple or a Questrade or something like that, and you're buying your own funds, this is a great way to learn a bit more about the funds that you're looking to buy. Again, if you're buying your own, you're going to be buying typically the F series. There may be like an O series as well. You can look into that. But you want to understand, like, how is this fund invested? What's the performance and all that? The fund facts is a great place to go. So if you've never checked out a fund fact sheet, I want you to take about 5 or 10 minutes, grab your investment statement and go through the fund facts for each individual one. Really understand what you're paying, how the money's invested, how it's done historically, the structure of the fund. The fund facts will break that all down for you.